Alright, folks, welcome to KAPALUA, one of the most anticipated, I think, courses. I think people saw this, certainly in my Garmin R10 world, on the E6 Connect courses, and I always wanted it to be in GSPRO. I think Master Blaster doing this one, doing a great job. Really long par 4 here to start through 462. Hitting a decent drive gets me within about 200 yards. Looks like it's pretty downhill though, so probably trying to hit it 180. That's really straight. Okay, perfect start there. Hit it about 180, rolled it up. Almost jarred it, but a birdie. Need a little bit more here to a 200 shot, and if I remember correctly, I didn't hit the ball very well. Here's an example. Needed 200, hit it 160 raw numbers. That's not going to get it done. And then leaving this short for a bogey. That was probably like an inch short of the auto putt circle. I took the circle away. I like it. It's a good focus point, but it doesn't actually help me figure out where I want to hit the chip and stuff. So, and then out on course, I don't get the circle out on course. So it's about landing areas, and I have to kind of reframe from, let's just get it in the 10-foot bucket. A little bit of a push here, toe ball maybe. Again, kind of the common theme. And then I was mad with that contact, but it got enough that way that we get the par. We'll stay even through 3, and the 4th hole is like an uphill little zinger, 365. But you'll have a bit of that distance cut off. I actually hit a pretty good drive, and it only lands at like 202 because we're going so far uphill. And then it levels out here, 148 remaining. A little bit more than that needed, but I pulled it anyway. Actually, the right distance, just pulled it. And really 1 degree closed face is what it says on here. Does that equal? I guess I should have looked at my turf conditions. It looked like I was maybe leaning left, and I actually didn't hit that bad. I think these are the white tees, but they're like 6,700 yards on this course. With the fair amount of elevation changes, it's still pretty tough. I can have like 190 in on this par 5, but I gotta carry all this gross stuff. And I didn't hit it good. I could tell on video, like my sequencing gets off and I just throw the hands. That pops out of bounds, so we have to take a drop in Jordan Spieth land. It says it's 40 degrees uphill, and we hit a flop shot 37 degrees uphill, so we hit it 70 degrees straight up in the air, and was able to save par somehow. 6th is a par 4, 3, 8, 5 back down the hill. That shot right there I hit for like 13 holes in a row the other day when I went and played out at Kicking Bird. Just like this nice little floaty draw, and I was finding the fairway, and then I completely lost it and started slicing it last couple holes. So, mystery. This coming up very short. After it rolls, I believe that's still a par, yeah. We do a little flyover on this hole to show how much work Master Blaster did on this thing. It's pretty incredible. We got a resort out in the distance. We got the white beach sand. Of course, the island in the background with like waves crashing in the distance. I'm only playing it like 1080p, very minimal graphics, high graphics setting. If you go ultra and you got 4K and blah blah blah, this looks really good. I've seen some other people who have better computers render it and put it up on YouTube, and it looks fantastic. But I'll take this any day compared to, you know, the Garmin R10 or the Awesome Golf or really any other simulator that I've played. Even the TrackMan courses, this is up there with the best graphics. This is another long par 4, and I chunked the approach. Needed to hit it like 210 down the hill, and 95 ball speed, so barely touched it after hitting the turf behind the ball so much. 68 remaining now. Be really nice to put this close and save another par. Just really bailing out of my bad shots here. About 160 over a canyon, and another bad shot. I'm just towing it or chunking it. These are like my two new things here. And this course, and I was just editing. There's a shank. I was just editing, and I have like 3 or 4 more rounds where I really don't play good. And it was really frustrating. I was trying to find something and doing a bunch of trial and error swing thoughts, and you know how that can pigeonhole you into playing even worse. So be prepared for like not the greatest golf the next week or two on the channel. We'll still get through 18. Like, bad golf for me on here is, you know, 6-7 over. I feel like that's unnecessarily bad, and it means I'm hitting shots like this where it should be going 215 and it's going 180. I'm like missing my mark by, you know, 30-40 yards. But that's golf. I mean, I really am not surprised by anything. I'm dealing with a bit of a shoulder and neck thing lately. That might have something to do with it. I do feel like my hands just are not whipping through the zone with confidence, you know, kind of pulling and, don't hit it. And that's never a good feeling. So if I can just get back to see ball, hit ball, I think I'll be fine, and then let the practice and the drills kind of just be there as a guidance, not really what I need to be thinking about as I'm trying to play. You know, that's really the mindset I have to get out of. This one unfortunately checks. Almost another birdie, but despite all the chunks and bad shots, we're still at only +1. Going to 11. I think I shank another one though. Yeah, well, here's another so much off the toe that I couldn't even get 90 ball speed, and then watch this. Literally shanked. So that kind of wakes me up though, and surprisingly I'm like, all right, I'm recording this, I gotta post this. How embarrassing to get a couple shanks. I actually feel better though, because I don't know how many of you saw the guy who plays with Rick Shields a lot, James Robinson. He had a shank on camera, and he's like a professional. So it's just like, man, you try and get your hands out in front and do some sort of flop shot or something, and you don't move your hip out of the way, and the club just clanks on the inside and you hit a hosel rocket. That's how you bounce back though. You get a good drive down the hill and you chip up close for a tap-in birdie on 12. 13th hole. I also decided that like might as well try and hit the drives hard, because Obviously, we don't want to be in the bunkers anymore. This one was weird. I thought I had to carry it 110, and I carried it like 105, and it was still too far, so just kind of a misread by me. Ended up at 111. Short par 4, 14th here, 273. Gonna be taking, well, still looks like driver, but pulling it into the rough. Hopefully not a bunker. Okay. Just in the rough, 71 yards away, 6 up, and I pulled it. Like, I actually hit that okay, but I knew that there was no chance it was a birdie because I closed the face so bad. Good look like back up the mountain here. 5, 15th, 518 yards. You really don't want to launch your driver at 6, but that's what I'm doing. Yeah, the swing just looks like really high effort, and I don't like that. I like when I can look at my swing cam, and it's smooth, and it looks smooth, and the ball speed's still there. If I look like I'm swinging hard or I'm gripping the club hard, I don't think that's a recipe for me to play good. Again, the score not really reflecting the bad shots we've seen. Still a +1. That one close, but it's going to run down here. I've heard people say, check the heat maps of the greens and blah, blah, blah. I'm not that good. Okay? If I'm putting it within 3 yards, I'm really hopeful that there's not like a slope. If there is, so be it. We live and learn, as they say. But yeah, I've never really felt the inclination to be like, let me check the heat map and blah, blah, blah. I like the little dots like Tiger Woods, and that's usually enough for me to decide. But from this distance, you know, it might be beneficial to be like, yeah, I should miss on the right. Or I can't miss short because there's a ridge right here and I'm going to roll back. That might have been good to know, you know, but until I actually remember to walk over to the keyboard and hit it, or it'd be nice if they displayed it like automatically over here above the mini map or something. Just have the green with the tiers. That would be pretty cool. So, something maybe the programmers can help me out so I can still be lazy and not walk back to the computer. I guess I have that controller too. I got that GSPRO Roxor controller thing. I could probably... So here I finally hit a ball hard that looks smooth, and it went too far, of course. Right over the pin for an eagle. Chip this one a little bit, and maybe it rolls in for an eagle. No. It's a birdie though, and we'll be even par. Oh no, that was a par 4. Oh my gosh, that's a long par 4. I thought that for sure was a par 5 because I hit a decent drive and then had to hit it 240 down the hill. This is a par 5. It is 591. So even the white tees were pretty lengthy. Again, someone who could actually drive a decent distance might be a little better at this. But I'm going to be laying up on the left, on the right hand side, and I didn't hit it again. Thankfully, I get over the out of bounds, and I have a chance to save par here, 120. And that's going to be short. I think it's going to be so short that it's going to be a bogey. No, we parred. 74 plus 1. The white tees, like I said, 6,700 yards. Saturday pins were tough but fair, I would say. Ball speed, not great. Longest drive, pretty good. Fairway's good. Green's not good. Like and subscribe. See you at the next course.